So after notching some wins last week, the failed former president Donald Trump has a pretty serious endorsement failure on his hands now, as the alleged serial groper Charles Herbster has suffered a primary defeat, although Trump did get a win in West Virginia last night. So we're going to talk about it as well as the implications. The big news, of course, Trump-backed Herbster, accused of groping, loses to Pillen in Nebraska. That was the Nebraska Gubernatorial. Mooney wins in West Virginia. The mixed results for Trump came in contests pitting him against local Republican leaders. As a reminder, here is Donald Trump talking about the great Charles Herbster, accused of groping at least 8 women.
Democrats, we're going to elect Charles W. Herbster,
A good man.
You're going to send an incredible slate of true American first Republicans to Congress as they get.
The audio at that event clearly run by Antifa, as you can tell. But we could tell what Trump was saying, which is he is endorsing Herbster, and Herbster is good, and Herbster is going to win. But sadly for him, Herbster lost. The results are that Jim Pillen has won the Republican primary in Nebraska for the gubernatorial race. Jim Pillen, it was close. It was close. Basically 34-30. With a third candidate, Brett Lindstrom, coming in at roughly 26% with just the Omaha area. So that is a defeat for Donald Trump. What are the takeaways? Well, interesting article from the New York Times. One takeaway is Trump still did get a win in West Virginia. On paper, West Virginia's new 2nd congressional district should have given an advantage to McKinley, who previously represented a larger area seeking a 7th term. But Mooney, 50 years old, who once led the Republican Party in neighboring Maryland, romped across nearly the entire district. Trump's endorsement is widely seen as powering the Mooney campaign in one of the states where the former president has been most popular. Trump also referring to McKinley as Mooney referring to McKinley as a rhino, which has been a popular attack for Donald Trump. So far this primary season, the J.R. Majewski thing is complicated because J.R. Majewski pledged loyalty to Trump. He was on his knees for Trump, praying at the altar of Trump. But Trump didn't actually endorse Majewski. But after Majewski won, Trump said, like, hey, I didn't even really know about this guy, but he's a Trump guy and he's great. So now sort of like an endorsement going into the general. But listen, Trump's record so far is pretty good, 75% roughly, depending on how you calculate it. And the reason we care about this is not so much because Trump claims he has a perfect endorsement record when it's really a pretty average endorsement record over the last 5 years. That's not actually why we care about this. We care about this because we know that among whether Trump is in a lot of legal trouble and whether Trump has health problems, that another factor that will influence whether Trump tries to run again in 2024 is whether he perceives that he can easily win at minimum the Republican nomination, if not the general. And one of the ways that he and we and others will be able to ascertain whether he's got a shot at the Republican nomination at minimum is whether his endorsement continues to carry significant weight in the 2022 midterms. And so far, it's certainly carrying some weight. In fact, I would even venture to say it's very early, but so far, Trump's record in 2022 is better than his overall record over the last few years. It's very early. We have only a handful of races, and over the next month and really over the next, roughly the next 4 or 5 weeks, we're going to have a number of additional primaries. Trump putting out a series of endorsements yesterday on his website, and many of them are incumbents. So, is it really a big win if you endorse an incumbent and the incumbent wins? I would argue no, but all of it is what can you justify? What can you convince your followers of? And so far, Trump is doing okay. Although, listen, going with the 8 times accused serial groper in Nebraska, maybe it was destined not to go particularly well. Now, later, we're going to talk about Elon Musk saying that if he finishes his purchase of Twitter, he would unban Donald Trump from the platform. I'll give my thoughts on that later. Merely anecdotally, I kind of would love to see what Trump would be tweeting about his Herbster endorsement right now if he were on Twitter. He would probably be saying something like, were it not for the fake, phony, fraudulent allegations of groping, I would have gotten the endorsement win. But the left made it up and blah, 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 something like that. That's my guess of what Trump would be saying about this race if he were on Twitter. But it's good that Herbster lost. Herbster's a disaster. And the fact that it's a loss for Trump just makes it a little bit better. One of our longtime sponsors is Vincero Collective. If you don't know Vincero yet, it's the place to go for quality watches, sunglasses, and more. Serious style, undeniable quality, and total versatility put Vincero really at the top of the game, and their newest watch release is no exception. It's the Argo Automatic. It spotlights everything I love about Vincero. I got the Argo Automatic in frost white. This is a dive watch, which is, of course, a staple in the watch world, but I really think Vincero found a way to make this one stand out. I love the gradient blue accent of the hour markers against the solid white face. I really love all of their watches, and I own a bunch, but the Argo is probably my favorite so far. Vincero sunglasses and jewelry and other accessories are awesome too. An excellent way to elevate any outfit. Vincero Collective is giving my audience 15% off all products and free shipping. Go to vincerocollective.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman. The link is down below.